Hey guys, it's Marco again. Today I have a video of my point of views and commentary for every heroic boss with Sunken Blessing Ventier Mage. Do bear in mind that I didn't get a single power infusion in this raid and I got to rank 1 all-star of Ventier Fire Mages. We have a lot of footage ahead of us, so drop that like button, hit the subscribe and ring the bell to make me happy and to keep videos coming. First off, we're starting with the Tarragrue. This boss doesn't really matter a lot, cause it's just a dummy. You need to be super lucky with the anima power cells, and this time I was super late for the raid and they didn't have time for me to pick up the anima cells, so we just pulled the boss. So my DPS here will definitely be low, but I did the whole pull correctly. I don't think that it's worth enough to cast a Pyroclasm buff inside of your mini combustion, because that Pyroblast hardcast is way too long and you won't build up enough hot streaks for the next Sunken Blessing. I got an unlucky fear here. It maybe cost me one hot streak, but overall I had a good luck with the crit. So I got another hot streak and I was immediately at 5 stacks for building up the Sunken Blessing. You can't see my DPS because I wasn't really prepared for the raid and I didn't do anything to be ready for it. I'll soon have my combustion up, then I'll just do another Mirrors of Torment, Trinket into Fireball Combustion. This is perfect. I have another Pyroclasm stack for our mini combustion and he's gonna do Hungering Mist soon. It's gonna be super scuffed, but I'm gonna do it all correctly because I have blinks and I'm a mage. And now I'm just starting to do Scorches because he's under 30% HP and everything is alright. I'm hoping to get one more Pyroblast in before he gets to 10% and stuns us all. And I managed to do that. Sadly my Phoenix Flame didn't crit, I was a bit too far away from the target. And there we go, we're stunned. Everyone is on my level now, cause anima powers, heck yeah. I got Pyroclasm proc, and I got a mini combustion, everything is good. Life is good, and it would be really nice if I had some anima powers on this pull. And that's why I'm gonna do like minimal DPS. There we go, I'm on 10k damage on a pure solo target fight, 10.3k, which is still pretty good. Now we're at the Eye of the Jailer. This is kind of a scuffed fight because we have way too much damage for it and we're phasing it way too fast. And that's why Night Fae mages are way better on this fight, because they're gonna get their combustions back sooner. And it's very hard for you as a Venter mage to even use Sun King's Blessing now. As you're gonna see now, he's soon gonna go to stage 2, but I'm just waiting for the Abductor to come, and then I'm gonna do Pyroblast onto him, so I proc my combustion. I have another mini combustion. I don't have a lot of fire blast stacks, but it's alright. This guy's gonna die way too quickly to do anything. We're getting another stage 1 and there is nothing really interesting happening. I'm building up my Pyroblast. I'm building up my combustion. I got the combustion inside of the Rune of Power, which is super good. And that's pretty much it. I'm blinking away to dodge the chains because I was going for some good logs. And I saw that my DPS is better than in the previous time. And I think that I should maybe have saved one Phoenix Flame in order to cleave the Abductor with the Ignite. Now I popped Ultra Time. I had a few missteps with the beam in the last 2 raids, and I didn't want that this raid is gonna be the same case. So that's why I'm super careful with my beam dodging. Another Pyroblast, because I have mini combustion. It almost ran out. That was a bit lucky. I'm actually gonna save my combustion for the boss, because you have to realize that we will kill boss in about 1 minute and 20 seconds, 30 seconds, so I won't be able to get 2 combustions. That's why I'm waiting with this combustion, and I really want to use my potion in the last phase together with the combustion on the big boss. Now I have another mini combustion. I'm gonna use it before my big combustion. Maybe I should have used my trinket before this, but it's gonna end up nicely, I guess. I'm gonna hardcast Pyroblast because I have the Pyroclasm stack, and then just open up with my combustion and pad the boss. Sadly, I don't have a Phoenix Flame for this guy again, because the cleave would be very nice. As you can see, my Ignite is taking 5k damage onto the Abductor. And the boss is pretty much dead, and I did 9.7k DPS, which is super good on this fight. We are at the boss the 9, and this is a pure DPS fest of a boss fight. I'm hardcasting Pyroblast, and then I'm just gonna do my normal opener. And basically you're gonna cleave as much as you can. I mean, you just have passive cleave as a fire mage, so it doesn't really matter for you. I was a bit lucky with the Pyroclasm stacks here, and then I'm gonna use my Rune of Power together with the next Pyroblast to activate my mini combustion. And as you can see, we already got one of the bosses to like 30% HP, which is insane. So I'm gonna start scorching her in order to get my mini combustion faster. When she's casting Wings of Rage, I'm just waiting for her to suck me in, then I'm just gonna blink away at the last moment, so I don't need to worry too much about it. I have another mini combustion, which is super great, and then I'm just gonna focus on the Skia. I should have casted one Phoenix Flame a bit before, so my Ignite swaps to the little add faster. Now she's gonna get the shield soon, and I really need to pay that into the account. And I don't think that I should have done my Pyroblast here, because she's gonna get shield almost immediately as soon as I casted my Pyroblast. I thought that it's gonna be a bit longer. So that was kind of a rip. And now I'm waiting to get dispelled, and it's not going well. And finally I got dispelled. And here I saw that no one is soaking, so I soaked. I popped Alter Time so I don't get damaged too much. Bear in mind, we're boosting 7 players and we're low on healers. Another combustion is here. Everything is done properly, and I'm gonna follow it up with the Sun King's Blessing combustion. And basically this boss should die before the next shield, so I don't really have to wait with my DPS a single time anymore, and that's gonna be good. Another mini combustion. She's soon gonna be under 30% HP, and then I'm just gonna start scorching her with Rune of Power. And I'm gonna hardcast a Pyro here. And sadly I got a Fragment of Destiny while I have my Rune of Power on and Sunken Blessing. So this combustion was a bit scuffed, but I did it correctly. And now I'm running super low on HP. I was late to be dispelled, so I just popped my Ice Block to dispel myself and to regen some of my HP. Just do bear in mind my DPS is gonna drop quite significantly when I'm below 50% HP, because I'm running Titanic Ocular Gland. But overall I did a 11k DPS without Power Infusion, which is pretty good. Now we have our good boy Ner'zhul. I'm always doing the same opener. That's the good thing with the fire mages, it's always the same. RNG affects you little to nothing. Alright, I popped my Rune of Power with Pyroblast, and that's mini combustion, and that's super good. And our DPS is huge, so he didn't cast a Suffering. Now we're gonna get our first knocks. I'm hardcasting Pyroblast, so I don't want to move. I had to blink away to a safe spot, and I did everything correctly here. Now I'm hardcasting Pyroblast because it's gonna take us a while to do the spell. I'm not very afraid of the knockback because I have blink and I can counter it super easily. Now I'll cast a Rune of Power. The orbs are hittable, so I immediately went with one Phoenix Flame just for the sake of it. We're getting another knockback. We didn't mass dispel, so we just did did a singular dispel. So I used both of my blinks, so I negate the knockback. I started to scorch a bit too soon, but overall it was okay. You don't need to like instantly combust as you get it if you know that you're gonna kill the fight in like next 2 minutes or something. Now I'm trying to do as much damage as I can, and I'm gonna follow it with the hardcast Pyroblast for Sun King's Blessing. I should have used the Phoenix Flames here, because I would share the Ignite probably to the orb which is right of me. I have one more combustion and I don't know if it was worth, but I still did it. Maybe it was a small tiny mistake, but 11.1k DPS is quite fine for this boss. Next up we have the Soulrender, and this fight completely sucks as a Sunken Blessing player, and you really want to be Night Fae here, or if you're Ventier you can use Disciplinary Command, but I really enjoy the gameplay with the Sunken Blessing, so I'm just using it. Here it's the best if you save your combustion for the first Moss Horns, it's gonna line up for the second ones. But I'm not... it's gonna be up for the second ones, but usually my guild kills this boss before the second adds. Now we're getting the Moss Horns, and now I'm gonna use my combustion. I can't cleave it super nicely because our brands aren't on the minions, which kinda sucks, and I lost quite a bit of DPS here. But I couldn't really affect that DPS, so it's all good. If all the mobs were stacked under the boss and had the brands on them, I would do a lot more damage, but oh well, it happens. Also I have a stopwatch, so I know when the first ones are gonna come in. They're coming about 30 seconds into the fight. Now nothing super interesting is happening, we're just solo targeting the boss. Maybe I did a small mistake here by casting a Rune of Power before the Torment, and I lost several seconds of uptime of the Rune of Power. And now I just wanted to finish my cast, so I prepared the blink in the last second before the ability hit me. But even if it did hit me, it wouldn't do too much damage. Now I'm popping my Sun King's Blessing because this is gonna be the last time I'm able to pop it. It's super hard to pump Sun King's Blessing inside of this dance phase. Boss is soon at 30% HP, so I immediately start Scorching. I want to be super fast on the next platform, because this is the last one and I'm gonna have my Sun King's Blessing ready. Now I wasn't super sure if you're gonna get these little ads, so I went in to do my combustion normally, because the last time we didn't get to the ads. And this time we're actually gonna get to the ads, so it wasn't really super worth to use combustion here. I could have padded the ads way more than I did actually. and the boss just rolls over. I had 11k DPS, which isn't that great for this boss fight, and you can't really compete as a Ventier Fire Mage against Night Fae mages here. That's why I got only a 98% log from this, and this is my worst log with Sylvanas. Now we have the Painsmith, which is super good with Sunken's Blessing, and now let's just pad this. Mirrors, Pyroblast, Mirrors of Torment, Trinket, Potion, Fireball into Combustion. Always the same thing, always the same thing. I got the Pyroclasm stack near the end of my combustion, so I just decided not to use it with this. And now I'm gonna use a Phoenix Flame in order to cleave the spiked balls, and we're gonna kill more than a few spiked balls. And that's definitely gonna increase my DPS by a good amount. Ideally, you want to have a Phoenix Flame ready for every of the spiked balls. And the most important part is that you kill the spiked ball, or the Warcraft log won't count your DPS on it. This was very scuffed transition, a bit unlucky, but it's whatever. But if I was a bit more lucky with my criticals outside of the combustions, I would be able to get one more Sunken Blessing. As you can see, I had 5 stacks of building up for the mini combustion. Mirrors of Torment, Trinket, and we're gonna start with the combustion. I'll have to be really careful here. I lost, I think, 1 second of my rune of power, but it's alright. I'm using Phoenix Flames to cleave the orbs, and my damage is completely skyrocketing. I'm blinking away, I don't want to get hit by the spikes. Easy movement to dodge the spikes. I'm not in the anti-magic zone, which isn't too good, but the healers kept me alive. We're soon gonna get new spike balls. And this was a bit unlucky last second mini combustion, but I did what I could. If I didn't use it now, it would definitely go to a waste, because this intermission phase is way too long. And now I think that I had one issue. I used my potion in the first phase, while I should have waited for the last phase, that I'm gonna use the potion together with heroism. Now again, you always have to keep in mind, I'm gonna have only one more combustion, and you really don't need to go super fast with it, you can just chill a bit. I'm blinking away. I want to get a small mini combustion, and I could have padded the balls a bit more here. I used another big combustion, and after this I'm gonna have a small combustion. I have Pyroclasm stack together with Mini Combustion, which is the perfect thing. I didn't want to use my second Pyroclasm, I just want to try to build another Mini Combustion. It would be ideal if I killed the boss together with these balls, I would have a huge ignite damage. But overall, I still did super fine considering that I had no power infusions. Now we have the Guardian kill. I did this in the previous raid, but the whole raid wiped, including me, and only 5 members managed to kill the Guardian just before the enrage. And in this footage, I'm still learning how to play Sunken Blessing and I'm getting a power infusion, so let's see the mistakes. Now I shouldn't have used my Phoenix Flames, I should have used all of my Fire Blast stacks. I find that I'm more successful when I'm doing that. Now I didn't use a Rune of Power, I don't know what was wrong with me. I even used my second combustion, which was super bad. Using a Pyroblast, oh my god, these tanks are nutty. They're using they're solo tanking this shit. But look at the Ventir Druid going absolutely batshit crazy on this. So this pull was like, my combustion was a bit longer, but overall I don't like it, and usually it ends up as a DPS loss. But so I should have probably not used that Pyroclasm proc and just used it to begin the Mini Combustion. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have a lot of Mini Combustions, man. I'm casting Rune of Power, I'm soon gonna get a Mini Combustion, and I got the Pyroclasm buff, which is also super good. And even though I left Rune of Power by slightly, I'm still in it, which is a big brain play. I should do Combustion, I mean Pyroblast here, because I can't really do anything with it. Ideally, I want to get one more Pyroblast here in before the Combustion. Come on, my dude. Give me the critical. Yay! One more Combustion. And now, after this, I'm gonna do the Mirrors of Torment, Trinket into Fireball, Combustion, and the normal thing. I got the Pyroclasm proc, and I should definitely use it now. Also, I failed with the combustion positioning. I should have known that this guy is gonna do this, and that I should use my Rune of Power a bit closer to the boss. Oh well, it's fine. I'm getting my Pyroclasm procs, that's why I'm hardcasting Pyroblasts. 11k DPS, Jesus Christ, man. I would do this part a bit different now, because I'd wait for the Rune of Power and just use both of my Pyroclasm stacks. So this fight could definitely be a lot better. 11.2. 11.2k, yeah, that's good. Now we're on to the worst boss fight in this dungeon, and that's Fatescribe Roh-Kalo. I'm just praying that I won't have to do any runic affinities, but I'm not on Discord, so I shouldn't really do any runic affinities. That's the rule in my guild. So in the last pull we actually wiped, and I did runic affinity, but now I said yeah, I should just not do it, because I can't call out that I'm gonna do it. So there is going to be some kind of misunderstanding if I do it again. Again, I'm just doing the normal opener, everything is normal, everything is fine. I got the bomb, which is a bit unlucky, but I'm a fire mage, so I can move, it won't cost me too much. We are getting the ad, but I don't really care too much about the ad. I can cleave it a bit with the mini combustion because I'm gonna get a good boss damage, so I can cleave it with Phoenix Flames. Now I'm targeting the ad just because I can get execute scorches on them.
3, 2, 1.
The little ads died instantly, and I think that this rune of power of mine was a bit of a waste. I didn't use a big portion of it. Now I have the runic affinity, but I shouldn't really do the runes. That's why I'm just still watching if someone needs help. I think that I should have used my Pyroclasm stack there, but oh well. And this Pyroblast is just gonna be a waste. So I should have just casted it on the boss and maybe even used my Rune of Power for it. But at least I got rid of all the Sunken Blessing stacks, so I can use a normal combustion. And hard casting Pyroblast into combustion, which is a correct call because I had a Pyroclasm buff. But I could have done it a bit sooner than I did. So that's kind of a mistake. Now I should have definitely hard casted another Pyroblast, but oh well, I sometimes don't do it, and this time I got a time bomb and I'm having a mini combustion, so I'm gonna move at the last moment, use Alter Time to get back. We're getting another Burden of Sin. I'm not too interested in it. I'm just gonna cleave it as soon as it drops below 30% HP. I'm not gonna cleave it, I'm gonna completely focus on it because of the Scorches. And I'm gonna cast the Scorch, the Pyroblast onto the boss. Now I'm hard casting Pyroblast because I want to do the damage to the little ads, and I have mini combustion. And I use my Phoenix Flames in order to spread Ignite, and I'm not running Flame Patch, so I can't do Flame Strike. It's just gonna be a DPS loss. Now we're getting another ad, but the boss is soon gonna face, that's why I'm mostly focusing the ad. And now I'm hard casting on the boss, the Pyroblast, just because I wasn't sure if the ad is gonna die before I cast my Pyroblast. That's also one important thing to know, when you can focus the ad with the hard cast Pyroblast and when you can't. I actually got another Runic Affinity, but I was like, yeah, I just don't need to do them, and that's pretty much it. I'm getting a small combustion together with Rune of Power, which is super good, because you can easily cleave these little ads, and that's gonna be superb. I'm using the block because I'm super low on HP, our healers are tight on numbers, so yeah, it was quite fun for them, I can imagine. I'm just using a mini combustion because, again, this boss fight is only gonna last for like 1 more minute, 1.5 more minutes, so there's no way that I can get 2 combustions. That's why I use my combustion later than the Sunken Blessing combustion. And immediately after this combustion I have Pyroblast for another mini combustion. It all adds up, my bros. I'm throwing Phoenix Flames so I can spread my beautiful 6k damage Ignite. And I'm scorching the boss because he reached the 30% HP threshold. I'm preparing my Pyroblast, which is gonna activate my mini combustion. I was really hoping that this ad, the big boy ad, is gonna die a bit sooner, so I can do a flame strike or two. But now I should throw my Phoenix Flames when the mobs were alive, in order to cleave more with the ignite. I'm greeting with the Pyroclasm proc. I want to get my my mini combustion in. Then I'm hardcasting Pyroblast for the last mini combustion. And that's it, the boss is dead, and I'm almost gonna die from his debuff. The next fight is Kel'Thuzad, and this boss fight also doesn't matter since he doesn't count towards all-star points. Again, on this boss fight it's the same thing with the opener, it's almost always the same, it only depends if you're gonna get the Pyroclasm proc or no.
He's saying he's the only one picking the portal as a pistol.
Right, they're all dying, so it doesn't really matter how they die, to be fair. If they all run there and
This boss is very weird to DPS because the more boosters you have, the bigger damage you're usually gonna do due to all the ads coming in, all the cleaving, etc.
Fuck the spike up, please. Alright, go kill tank cards and then face the boss. They're all on that side of the room, in the unit.
I got the mechanic here and I can solo soak it, so I'm just immuning it. We're finishing the tank ads and killing the boss as soon as we can. I don't want to throw my Rune of Power because the boss is soon gonna die, and the other thing that I don't want that it happens is that I proc my Sunking's Blessing. It will last only 15 seconds and I won't be able to cast my Pyroblast when the ads come in, and I'm essentially gonna lose a Sunking's Blessing stack. I just waited a bit for the counter spell because I was the first one to interrupt. Now I'm just cleaving a bit these abominations. I'm gonna get... My goal is to get another mini combustion from them and use it on the Kel'Thuzad. Sadly, I got the silence as soon as I entered my combustion, which is super unlucky, but oh well, it happens sometimes.
Spikes go on the boss, same cooldown.
Now I have my cooldowns ready for this.
Don't get hit by the
Don't
thing.
get hit, move. Fuck the spikes.
And I have to use my Phoenix Flames now, so I can cleave them a bit.
Pop cooldown.
Now I have only one stack of Phoenix Flames, and I'm gonna get the second one. And after it, I'm just gonna go with the Rune of Power and the typical Pyroblast hardcast.
Kill that warrior and the devoted, and then just push boss. Probably try and phase it up to the next tank thing if we can. To get big boss down here.
I'm greeding a bit with the Pyroclasm proc. I want to get it with the Sunking Blessing, and I actually managed to get another proc from Pyroclasm, so that was super easily achievable.
Damn, mages are...
I don't know why did I do a hardcast Pyroblast, but oh well.
Same again, just dodge the shit.
Again, I don't want to use my my Pyroblast here, because the ad still didn't spawn, and I'm actually gonna use Pyroblast on the devoted one, because I didn't want to wait too much with it. Someone took my my Intrad, but it doesn't really matter, these were made just for the mythic version.
Do anything anyway. can go out whenever you want.
I'm casting double pyro because I got 2 procs
Pretty quick. Yeah, just
and they
try
were
and fuck the
about to expire. Maybe it would be smarter if I waited a bit to get my mini combustion, but I got blessed by the RNG and I got another pyroclasm proc.
Good job. White silences. Just go for circle, yeah.
Now we're getting the glacial thingies in 2 seconds and I'll do again my full combustion into them, which is gonna be a very good DPS.
Whatever cooldowns we had.
I was waiting just a bit more on for my fire blast to come up. Now I'm blasting the
Cooldowns now.
spikes as much as I can. We lived, Rune of Power, Pyro Blast.
Frost blast. Immune rate.
Okay.
I can try to go for it.
Whatever, just resonance.
I got fire locked by the warrior, which was super unlucky, man. Usually our boosters die in the corner, they use the demonic gateway. But this guy failed to do so and didn't unequip his gear. Now we're waiting a bit with the DPS on Kel'Thuzad.
Silences go away and now just push boss.
And now we're starting to push him. I got my mini combustion.
Interrupt the ads. Kill the tank things. Nice air circle midi, you got 2 there. Raid circle, be in this. Master spells. Get out of this. Push the boss.
I have my Sunking's Blessing now and the boss is gonna die.
Should phase right after the blizzard. Right, kill the devoted.
Just shall it go in?
You can go, you can stay out there.
And our boys are gonna push the Phylactery as much as they can, so we get out sooner. I have another mini combustion, and I'm gonna use some Phoenix Flames.
Chill a bit, chill. Oh,
It's fine, just send it.
you fucking...
Cleave off the boss. If the tank's
I popped a potion,
together.
so this is a second potion in this fight, because it's a bit of a longer fight, which is super good, and I got another block. This was super lucky but by my team, like
Second immediate.
with the immunities.
Then after that, it's you go die. I'll just die.
And for the end, I will have another Pyroblast following the combustion, and this is gonna be it.
Die if you get this or immune.
The boss is gonna die.
Cool, kill the boss. Gateway for added comedy.
11.1k when being a Vent tier Fire Mage on Kel'Thuzad is awesome, and I was very happy with the log. And now I'm swapping my talents for Sylvanas, and I'm just using Firestarter. Now, a important note for Sylvanas is that Night Fae is miles better than Sun King Blessing Vent tier Mage on this boss fight because of the second phase. And your bonus combustions don't matter too much when she's about 10%, about 90% HP.
Remember what I said, so don't get in ask.
They are doing calculations.
I got two
The stick.
Pyroclasm stacks, which is super good.
Chains.
That's big damage, but I had to leave. She got out of my range, and I had to leave my Rune of Power, which was quite unlucky. Now every of my abilities is gonna be a critical strike, so I keep getting I keep getting combustions. So I'm actually a completely big boy.
Jumps. And I'm still far away.
I'm casting 2 Pyroblasts in a row because I keep getting proc the Pyroclasm buff.
Again we reset. I fucked the mag.
And now I'm gonna do one more Pyroclasm buff.
The line.
But I failed because I haven't used the Rune of Power, so that was a bit of a scuffed combustion.
sure you reset your high stacks. Trouble enough is 4, Tardo 4.
I don't get a shout up.
You can also reset your stacks by using Ice Block or something, but I'm not a big... I mean...
Veil
But I didn't want to do it currently.
Cobb's Roar.
If it was Mythic, I would definitely do it, but here I didn't feel like it's worth.
Try and push. I'm pretty sure we can make it.
That was a perfect blink in the last possible moment as I didn't hit by the ability.
She's down.
And I really had to cast that Pyroblast here because she's now immune and she's taking 99% reduced damage. And now we're basically AFKing. I can't do anything to these chains. Just Ventier Fire Mages aren't made for this.
Cool. Is there any change? Yeah, there's someone on the edge, guys. Go hit him. And pop a resume when everything's dead.
Now we can just literally AFK and wait for the phase to the end. Another bad thing is that we have 7 boosters and it's 100% chance that we're just gonna wait 30 seconds for the intermission, and yeah, nothing is gonna happen in those 30 seconds. It's just gonna be a stun. And that DPS is kind of a DPS loss for your Warcraft logs. That's really stupid, but oh well, it happens.
Whatever.
There we go, with some YouTube magic, we skipped the 30 seconds.
First one that
And now I still have 5 stacks of building up Sunking's Blessing. So my goal here is to get my Sunking Blessing to be casted before we're able to hit her. So now I'm just scorching her as much as I can, and whenever I get the crit from Scorch, I can also use my Fire Blast.
that's a visual bug on my screen.
I have 7 stacks of
Yeah, that's
Sunking's Blessing, and I don't really want to use another one because it only lasts for, the buff only lasts for 15 seconds.
Naughty. Don't go through the whole
serious.
glade. Have you not watched the Mythic kill
He
video?
watched all the way to phase 3, you disgusting.
No, I only watched phase 3.
What?
I only watched phase 1 and phase 3 so far.
What sort of backwards?
That's just a
Iris
solo
is
ahead of
Base,
us.
actually, that's base.
I often deal with fights like that, to be fair. Peter, can you roar the Veil?
She's gonna get the Darkness, so this wasn't a super ideal combustion, but either way, I should have done it here. I had mini combustion and this combustion, so overall it was fine. I lost like 1 second of my combustion.
Alright, she's immune in 3
I
seconds.
have another Pyroblast. I need to be very quick because she's gonna get immune now. And I got 2 Pyroblasts into her, which is fine.
And then we're gonna have
Not
no
ideal,
movement
but
there
fine.
on the next platform. So use personal movement.
We have
Now again, you really want to be Night Fae here, or have at least Disciplinary Command or something, because I can't do anything to these. It's no point DPSing them, because the rest of the guild, like the Hunters and Boomkins, are gonna destroy
Wait
these
for
small
him to do one more
packs.
cast and you can start dispelling Veil. You can dispel people now. Cool. Finish off
I
the
barely
Goliath.
escaped from this darkness, but I did,
Might
I
do some
managed
great
it.
shit here if we're too fast, just-
I keep forgetting that I don't have Firestarter, that I have Firestarter and that I don't have the Execute on Scorch.
Wait behind us, then she's gonna do Ruin. She should tap us up first though. Fuck the summoner heart. Can be ready to kick. Kill the obs fast. Might open the rally. Cool. Kill that summoner ASAP, please. Try to make him not do another set. Good. Kill the Goliath, and then on the next platform we use every cooldown. Use personal movement here. We've got some stacks, but it shouldn't be a problem. Cool Windrush the bridge, then when we get across every personal everything, every healer cooldown.
The fastest travel across the bridge, and now I have
Boss.
combustion and everything. I even used potion, which was quite bad. I shouldn't have used the potion, and I don't know why did I use alter time here. I thought that I'm gonna get aggro, but I didn't, and then I forgot that I actually have alter time.
Crushing dreads. You can
So I really wanted to do a super good damage here, but I ended up doing
They're gonna set the fault.
a bit bad damage on these.
kill the use
Now I have another small combustion, and that's pretty much gonna be it.
spells, everything, just fucking survive those. Cool. Get across.
Oh, was it 74 or she's faces, right?
Yeah.
You can use cooldowns here then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kick.
Douglas in melee.
I
I'm using them, but
I'm using
3 minutes.
Wave in 10 seconds, melee.
you look last time. It's perfect.
Nothing interesting is happening in this phase. I'm waiting for my cooldowns. They're gonna be ready for the third phase. And that's pretty much it. If I get a Sunken Blessing stack, I'm gonna cast this as soon as I can get it. Sadly, it was in Time of the Darkness, so I didn't get a lot of uptime of my... I didn't get a lot from this combustion. Now I'm just padding the little ads, because she's
Global
untargetable.
boss. Global boss.
Again, waiting.
I got 2 globals. so-
3 globals?
Alright, listen up.
Shit game.
First thing that's going to happen is Banshee's Fury be under the boss. And then we wait for the arrows, then spread out. No need to waste movement. Spread out. And be ready for the...
Darkness is incoming, so this combustion was also bad. My tooltip, my raid ability timeline and deadly boss mode was completely lying. But I don't know, it seems like this boss has different timers every single week, so
You can
it's
be under the
very
boss
weird.
now. Just be under the boss. Everyone who isn't the tanks, and tanks will call for dispel when they need. Dispel
Spell
off,
Rogue.
close. You're away from the ship, do not pick up. Arrows go.
Mono running.
I swear they change the fucking order of mechanics on this shit. Every fucking week. Right.
Dispel Rogue.
Leave. Nice. Spread out here. Spread out. And stay
She's gonna
there.
do darkness after the silence, so I can't really do anything here. And now I'm just gonna hardcast the Pyroblast to start my little combustion. I should have waited with the Rune of Power again.
Banshee's Fury.
So this wasn't too good of a
Dispel on
combustion.
and tanks when they call.
Rogue now.
Oh, tanks.
Yeah, they are on the edge.
I'll get them. Wrong marks and they're useful, but I'll deal with it. Right, arrows piss off. And scream come in. Be spread after these arrows are done. Be spread now. Stay spread after. For the veil. Remain spread. And then we're leaving. Everyone be on the edge ready to leave. Tanks will call for dispel.
Dispel.
We're gonna lust on the next. Dispel opposite. Leave. Don't pick up. Alright. Lust.
Now we can last here. I have a big amount of stacks of Sunken Blessings. I'm just gonna do Sunken Blessing first. Sadly, it would be ideal if I had a potion here, which I used stupidly in second phase.
Rogue now.
What's Thompson?
I'm hardcasting my Pyroblast. I could have casted two
Scream coming.
Pyroblasts, but oh well, I just wanted to wait one for the mini combustion, but that was a mistake.
stay spread, and then we all go under the boss for the Fury after the Veil.
Another
Bring boss
darkness,
to, like, the cover.
and I sadly got hit by this darkness. We weren't as spread as we should have been.
Both tanks as well. Gas stacks up with us here and then get ready to leave. When we leave, everyone's going to stack in that green corner. Put it up, let's go. Into the green corner, Milo rally. If you're on it, it's not off, never mind. Sorry. Arrows go to the other corner. Good lay on hands, and then spread. New pulls, dodge, and then pull.
She's about to die, and I can't really do anything. I delayed my rune of power too much. I should have casted it immediately.
Good job, we still
Now then, cinematic, and let's see which loot did I loot.
Well,
Is this going to be my second loot this raid? Nah, I only got the offhand, which is super sad. I still am missing items from Kel'Thuzad and Sylvanas, and we don't get a single cloth piece every single raid. But whatever, it's all right. I hope that you guys find this video insightful and helpful. I didn't really make almost any mistakes in this whole raid. This was pitch perfect Sunking Blessing for the most part of it. So I really hope that you can see how to play this build properly and to draw your own conclusions about it. So this is pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for your patience. I was quite busy these last few days, so my uploads are kinda late. So thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.